I work in the film and entertainment industry, and I've never heard anyone say anything bad about working on a Tyler Perry set or on a Tyler Perry movie. I've never heard anything, right?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Okay. Look, I can admit when I've put my foot in my mouth, okay? I'll admit I might have spoken a little too rash. That was an impulsive statement to make. I shouldn't have said that because I know for a fact if I was involved in any way in the Atlanta film scene, I'm sure that I definitely would have heard something at some point. As I told that commenter, people still talk, people still tell you things, you know what I mean? I've had high ranking producers with celebrities tell me stuff about them. It's just the nature is like people just talk, you know what I mean? Like it's not anything about the film industry, like people just talk, like we're people too. But yeah, I appreciate everybody watching my mea culpa review and giving a lot of good feedback and your opinions. And I actually wanted to get more information exactly about Tyler Perry's shooting schedule, because one of the big reasons why Tyler Perry's movies look so low quality and have a lot of mistakes in them is because he doesn't take the time to properly film his movies. You know, I talked about how if he's shooting movies in 1 or 2 weeks, there's no way that you will have the time to spend on people doing hair and makeup. Like I said, if it's just like your regular, you know, everyday beat, could take anywhere between 1 to 3 hours. If you're someone like, let's say, Kelly Rowland, who would have more of a glamorous type of look, it could take up to 3 hours for her to do her hair and makeup. And if he's not willing to take that time, you get, like I said, A Fall from Grace or Acrimony or any of his other movies. So in filmmaking, it's assumed that 1 page of script is about 1 minute on film. So if you're filming 120 pages in a week, in 2 weeks, that means that every take that he does, he is basically a one-take wonder. If you see these stunted, like, as I said about Trevante Rhodes, his acting in the movie was very wooden, like, don't please protect me, Mia. I did not do this. Beep, 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 beep. All right, everybody, we're going to have Trevante come in and do scene 2A. Cameras up, sound speed, and action. Cut. All right, that's great. Let's moving on. Next shot. He's also not giving himself time to give them direction. Like, you're not even giving your actors a chance to do their best performance. I do want to say I'm not familiar with his pre-production process. So pre-production is the stage before you actually start shooting, like the first day of production of a movie. They could have had, you know, countless rehearsals and whatnot. But going from rehearsal to film and then just being like, okay, 1 take, I'm like trying to justify it because I'm like, I don't want it to seem like I'm bashing, but the proof is in the pudding. Tyler Perry has lost his damn mind. Scene 1, take 1. Action. I've worked on commercials, TV shows, movies, any type of content that you can think of, I've been doing it. It seems like he's breaking every single rule of filmmaking that there possibly is. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a rebel myself, and I believe that rules are meant to be broken. But since the induction of the film industry, they do things a certain way to get movies to come out a certain way. This is like my film inspiration mood board back here. The Avengers, Back to the Future, Pirates of the Caribbean, Joker, Sex and the City, Lion King, Batman. These are just my favorites. When someone watches a movie, it's supposed to be an escape. It's supposed to take you to another world. Especially now, after I've been in this industry so long and I know how to dissect movies, I know that when a movie is really good, when I forget that I'm even watching a movie, it just takes me somewhere. I'm just like completely engrossed in the story and the characters. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys have your own favorite movies and TV shows that like, you're just like, I cannot stop talking about the movie Leave the World Behind. I know it's had a lot of controversy. And I want to talk about that. I was literally like, my God, what the hell is going on? What is going on? I felt like I was the characters in the movie. I had a visceral reaction. It just bugs me that this person has all of this power, all of this money, all of this resources, and is not utilizing it to its extreme points. And if it's about money, you can make money by giving other people a chance. So there's plenty of directors, famous directors, producers, writers also produce films for other filmmakers because it gets them money. Bottom line, it gets them money. They want to mentor, they want to help, they want to be involved in the process of where the industry is going next. There's a lot of like egos and narcissism too, so everybody doesn't always help. And I also want to say that you're not obligated to help, but a lot of us, we know once you start getting to that status of like billionaire and shit like that, it's like, okay, what are you doing here? All right, I'm a little bit all over the place, but I also want to go back. So I had to actually really rethink about what I was saying, because yeah, you're building the film industry, let's say in Atlanta, but if you're only shooting for 5 days, how much are people really making? 5 days of catering, that's only 5 days of work for production assistants. The thing is that would be fine if the product was good quality, but it's not. I was so blown away when I saw that person say he was running a sweatshop. A sweatshop? That is next level. I have worked on shoots that were like sweatshops. 17, 18-hour days, lack of sleep, having to drive people around, which is super dangerous. Working on productions that don't feed you twice. If you're working on a unionized production, once you hit the 12-hour mark and you keep going, you're supposed to get something called second meal. And so they have to feed you again. And a lot of productions, they're very cheap. They like to go with like pizza or something like that. Been on those productions that, hey, where's second meal? We're hungry. Like, or productions that run out of water. Like I said, he's not obligated to have a longer shoot just because people need to make more money. I've worked on 5-day shoots for commercials, and you're shooting a 120-page script in 5 days? That is a sweatshop. So this move by Tyler Perry caused a little bit of a stir in the filmmaking world. If you haven't been watching my TikTok, which you need to, AI is taking over, and AI is going to pretty much destroy the film industry in a bad way, but in a good way, which I'm excited for. If they do right by it, by letting everybody have access to it and not just rich assholes or rich studios are the only ones who can access this powerful filmmaking software, I'm all for it. Destroy it all. If not, then we have a problem. Anyway, people were upset that Tyler Perry halts his $800 million studio expansion, citing concerns over OpenAI Sora. OpenAI is like the new AI company. They're creating AI. I don't know how to explain it, but Sora is the filmmaking software that you can basically type in a prompt and then what you want to see will appear on the screen. It still needs a lot of work, especially when it comes to customization for films. Like, they're going to need to do a lot of things to make this usable for someone who wants to make a full-on film. Computer doesn't know in your mind how you want it to look, how you want your characters to look, and all this stuff. In an interview with the Hollywood Reporter published on Thursday, Perry expressed the need for the industry to get ahead of AI's potential impact, saying there's got to be some sort of regulations in order to protect us. If not, I just don't see how we survive. How we, people like you, how gatekeepers like you survive, because you won't help anyone else get on in the industry. You're upset because now people don't have to go through you in Atlanta in order to make a film. They basically can do it like I am, sitting in my living room / kitchen and make a what could look like $100 million film. We don't need to kiss ass. We don't need to bootlick. We don't need to work our way up, as they say that you're supposed to do, which is a complete crock of shit. You cannot work your way up in this industry for the most part. You have to have someone who has a desire to help you, to put you in the position that you want to be in. And sometimes you have to do something strange to get into that place. You have to work for free for a long time. You have to go above and beyond what is normal. You have to be related to someone. It has to be your birthright, okay? Whew. Okay, I'm just saying, I've been here, I talk to people. Film is my entire fucking life and existence. I live, I breathe. All my friends are in the industry. So yeah, I'm obsessed and I'm passionate about this stuff. So people were upset that Tyler Perry stopped the expansion of his studio. He's complaining about people not being able to have jobs, but it's like, you're doing something right now that's actively taking away people's jobs. I've been watching AI very closely and watching the advancements very closely. I was in the middle of and have been planning for the last 4 years about an 800 million expansion at the studio, which would have increased the backlot a tremendous size. We were adding 12 more sound stages. All of that is currently and indefinitely on hold because of Sora and what I'm seeing. This guy is making money hand over fist, okay? He owns the studio, which means he can shoot for free anything that he wants on it, right? All he has to do is pay for the cast, crew, catering, whatever. Then he has other productions coming in and filming there, and they're paying, top dollar to do so. There really is no excuse why this man is taking 5 days to 2 weeks to film his movies. A sweatshop. It's a fucking sweatshop. Oh my God, why is it taking so long to hit me? It just hit me. It's basically like the same situation of like a corporation outsourcing, work overseas to the Southeast Asia because they'll do it for cheaper. I'll have a 5-day shoot because it's a whole lot cheaper. And like I said, he's making money hand over fist because he's spending very, very, very little time on his shoots. And all these productions are paying to come and shoot there. Oh my God. He's an evil mastermind. Perry clarified he's not against AI, sharing that he's used the tech in 2 of his upcoming films, opting to age himself in post-production instead of in the makeup chair. Yeah, because why? It's going to take a couple extra hours, which means he'll have to be there a couple extra days, and he's not trying to do that. It's a lot cheaper to do effects in CGI and stuff. Yeah, he's making buku bucks. Buku bucks. So yeah, look at this, the stages. We know in Acrimony, we know he got a pool. We know he has the White House. Look at that. He's got the floor plan and everything. This is a legitimate fucking business right here. This is his business. Making movies, it's all clicking. Why is it all clicking? It's all clicking now. This is Tyler Perry's business. Making movies is not his business. He makes movies for fun. He makes movies because he's bored, probably because his ego. He makes movies for fun. But this is his business. Look at this. Look at this picture. This is a fucking serious studio, man. He's like, I got this lot, I did all this. Might as well make a couple television series or whatever. And to keep, passive income by selling them and leasing them out or licensing them out. His sets include a bank, a baseball field, a chapel, a county jail, a coffee shop, classic diner, farmhouse. Oh, wow. Look at that. He got a bank. Baseball field, a chapel, a county jail, coffee shop. It's got this rustic look, oh, is this where they shot Nobody's Fool? Oh my God. That's fucking where they shot Nobody's Fool. And then the classic diner, of course, we remember this scene from A Fall from Grace. That is my theory, though. That is my theory. I mean, it's not a fact. I'm not even saying this is alleged. This is just my opinion. That his real business is the studio business and not filmmaking. Ooh. It's a sign. It's a sign. I figured it out. So, in more insane Tyler Perry, what the fuck? Tyler Perry filmed 19 episodes of Bruh in 4 days? What? Okay, if we were in Clown World, where things are kooky and crazy and all kinds of weirdo things are going on, and it's back and it's upside down day, and yes means no and no means yes, and up is down, left is right, and you filmed 1 episode per day, okay, fine. But 19 episodes in 4 days? That really does sound like Sweatshop. That sounds like that sounds like a sweatshop. While some people are walking through the entertainment industry, Tyler Perry is running a marathon. Guys, this is unfucking heard of. My last short film, called Primal Fear, you can check it out on my Poseidon Films YouTube channel, which I will link below. We shot that in 14 hours for a 5-minute movie. I just don't even understand how. Like, he is absolutely doing one take. And probably he's not having a lot of coverage. Like, let's say the microphone is a person, I'm a person. You would have a shot here where you can see both of us. You're going to have a shot here where you can see me over his shoulder. You're going to have a shot here where you can see him over my shoulder. Then you might have a close-up on his face and a close-up on my face. That alone is already 5 shots. Let's say I don't get my best performance till the 4th take. And then we move on. Then we got to pick up stuff and set it and then do that again. I'm going to watch one of those shows because he must be doing the whole scene in 1 shot. Nothing else makes sense. According to reports, Tyler Perry managed to shoot 82 episodes of TV in 32 days, with the most intense schedule being Bruh. Bruh filmed 19 total episodes in only 4 days. Since July 9th, Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta opened its doors to film several shows, including The Oval, Ruthless, Bruh, and Sisters. Tyler Perry filmed new seasons of his series during the coronavirus pandemic, COVID-19, during a quarantine bubble model, sequestering cast and crew on the lot for the duration of the shoot. Overall, there were only 32 days and 51 quarantine days total for the 4 TV shows, with week-long breaks between select shows. Sisters finished filming its 22-episode season on Saturday, July 5th in just 11 days. 11 days, dude. That's not right, man. Like, it makes sense now why he has such bad acting. I can't even blame them because they have no opportunity to know what else to do better. They're not getting any feedback. I mean, maybe if they had rehearsals and he's telling them like how he wants it done, and hopefully they remember and they do it exactly how he wants it. Either that, or when they do their performances, he's like, that's fine, that's good enough. All right, moving on. Tyler Perry and the production crew for Sisters wore their masks 12 to 14 hours at a time while shooting the 22-episode season. 12 to 14 hours. You see what I'm saying? Back in the day, I haven't worked on a shoot over 12 hours in a long time. Besides, actually, my last short film probably went that long, which was fucked up, but I learned my lesson on that. They wore their masks for 12 to 14 hours at a time, which I'm wondering, like, how long were you shooting? If you wore it for 14 hours, were you there for longer? Because there had to be times when you had to take it off, like when you were acting out a scene. Curious. Taraji P. Henson says she filmed Tyler Perry's Acrimony in 5 days. He told me I could do it, and I believed him. Why? She's making it sound like he's, like, encouraging her to, like, be her best self. No, he's encouraging you to not cost him an extra $50,000. That's what he's asking. Listen, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Trust me, girl, you got this. Tyler Perry is famous for pushing out content weekly, shooting full film and television series in just days or weeks. Last year, actress Brescia Webb revealed that the Netflix film A Fall from Grace was completed in just 9 days. And it shows. It was filmed in 9 days, and it shows. Listen, a lot of actors, I don't blame them because they got to work, right? They got to make money. They got families to feed. They got car payments to make. But bruh, none of y'all gonna say no? Like, none of you guys are gonna say, I need more time. I want to get my best performance. I want to, like, come off as great as possible. No, I'm not gonna wear that wig. No, you need to make sure that I have a proper amount of time to do hair and makeup. Mea culpa, like, made his actors look bad. Like, the only people I could say in that movie got through kind of unscathed is Ronreiko Lee, who did the best that he could. A district attorney guy. I don't remember his name is. I don't remember. Sean. I feel like they're the only ones that got out that was like, okay, you're fine, I guess. By no fault of their own. I have no idea what their skills are because of this film, which is unfortunate because it's like you could get to know some new actors, but it's like I can't even do that. There it is, baby. Perry has the bandwidth to do as he writes, produces, and directs all of his projects on his own. He does everything on his own, so can't nobody tell him nothing, which is lit. It's honestly lit. Furthermore, his massive studio houses all he needs for a production of any size on the property. The problem is, though, when we look back on history on the greatest filmmakers, like, you don't care to be on that list? You don't care to have made a film that has had like a cultural impact? Am I being pretentious? Am I being pretentious? I don't think every movie has to mean something. I think that all movies can and should meet a certain standard level if they are, big budget productions. For someone, it's like I'm like fucking fighting myself on set. I'm like, but this, but then, but only if, but this. No, man, it's not fucking acceptable. I don't know. I guess I come from the Spike Lee school. I come from the Spike Lee school of this is not acceptable.
Well, I mean, this is a complex subject because each artist should be allowed to pursue the artistic endeavor. But I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better. That's just my opinion.
And he has another movie coming out, just so y'all know. Tyler Perry about to start shooting Madea's Destination Wedding for Netflix. Prolific Tyler Perry will be portraying Madea for a 12th movie in an upcoming Netflix project, Madea's Destination Wedding. The film is scheduled to shoot between January 15th and the 26th, so 11 days, in Atlanta at Tyler Perry Studios, with additional shooting dates in the Dominican Republic. So he's doing it again. It's happening. It doesn't matter. Now, I don't agree with all the people that say, like, oh, he shouldn't be dressing up in a women's dress and doing these things. Like, to me, it's fine, but it's just like, when I see him still doing this, I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, I tried to look back, see do I have Spider-Man on here? But Spider-Man, man, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm really, really passionate about this. And it's so hurtful that someone like this has so much power and influence, and he's not doing good with it. I'm not talking about his philanthropy, okay? I'm talking about with his art. Like, you're making art that is harmful because his shit has so much visibility. And look, Kelly Rowland and Trevante are on a mass media tour promoting this movie. I don't think like other black filmmakers have the same budget to send their cast on a mass media tour to promote their movie. Like, he's making sure this movie gets seen by everybody. I don't want everyone to see this. And then they're going to be like, this is what black cinema is. And if you're going to make movies for fun, at least just come out and say that. If you're not going to take it seriously, just come out and say that, and we'll leave you alone. His friend and Empire star Taraji P. Henson recently revealed she filmed Acrimony in just 5 days, beating the A Fall from Grace record. Henson says Perry coached her through the process, filming minimal takes. Guys, what did I just say? Filming minimal takes. Henson says Perry coached her through the process, filming minimal takes. Dude, you're not creating an environment for your actor to get the best performance out of them. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this shit harmed Taraji's career. She went on her, media tour for The Color Purple, talking about how, she's not getting paid what she believes she deserves. She did talk about how when she worked with Tyler, I'm pretty sure that she was paid what she asked for. Every movie that you make, like, as an actor, that is your body of work, right? Let's say when a studio is looking for an actor that actually, Taraji, she'd be really great for, and they go back and look at her body of work and they see this stuff, it's going to harm her reputation. And she just talked about how she's not getting paid what she believes that she deserves. And I believe her, because it happens to Black people all the time. It happens to me all the time. It happens to my colleagues. Like, this is a thing, all over the world since 1609, not getting paid what you deserve as a Black person, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if doing these films is harming her career, because it's harming her image. She's not acting her best performances. They're slapping this crazy wig on her. In Acrimony, one of my biggest fucking criticisms were these ridiculous contacts that they put on her. The first actress in the movie, which was basically the younger version of Taraji, was a lighter-skinned girl with green eyes. Okay, this actress, she has natural hazel eyes. Certain choices that he makes. Okay, let's say this girl was perfect for the role. Fine. Why would you lighten Taraji's eyes instead of darkening her eyes? We all know Taraji P. Henson doesn't have hazel gray eyes. And it looks strange, like how it looks right here. And you slap on this wig and you don't give her her glam that she needs to look how she's supposed to look. I would not be surprised if that harmed her career. They think, oh, well, if she does a cheap job like that, if she does a B movie or a C movie like Tyler Perry, then sure, why the fuck do we have to pay? If he's not paying, why the fuck do we have to pay? That's what they're going to think. I'm not saying it's right. I know for a fact that with my work, I do all kinds of jobs. Like, I don't want to tell anybody that I'm doing this job. I do photography for families, which I don't mind doing. I enjoy it, but I don't put it on my social media because I don't want people to look at me and associate me with doing like family photography. I want to do photography and video with businesses and organizations and marketing and advertising. If my page is full of family portraits, they're not going to make the connection. They're going to think, oh, you only do family photography. Are you going to know how to do a product? Are you going to know how to do this beverage? Are you going to know how to manage a crew? If you're working on these low budget looking, terrible looking films with bad scripts, bad wigs, bad makeup, and then we got this multi-$100 million film, and it's one thing if Taraji, let's say, was in the start of her career, she's in her early 20s, whatever, all actors got to start somewhere. But at this point, nah, man, the saying, all money ain't good money. And this is not to look down because, like I said, I've worked on some things for some change, okay? But at that stage in your career, you got to be more selective. There are actors, y'all know, there are certain actors that their choices in movies are like, they make good choices. You can't say yes to everything. Like I said, I don't know if this is a fact, this is just my opinion, but I would not be surprised if working with him and working on these movies that are very low quality and low effort is the key here, low effort, I would not be surprised if it was harmful to her career. I filmed my role in Acrimony in 5 days in the middle of playing Cookie on Empire, she began in an Instagram post. Tyler Perry told me I could do it, so of course I believed him. I was so afraid I would fail because I had no time to get into character. So I thought. I learned something new about my instrument on this production. We also had no time for a lot of takes, so every scene was about 2 takes, maybe 3, and then it was time to move on. Dude, you are setting your actors up to fail. And it has nothing to do with professionalism. It could be any amount of things. It could be someone walking in the background of set that could throw an actor off. Or a plane going by, or a memory that comes up that they're like, okay, hold on. Maybe they have something stressful going on in their life, and they're like, they blocked it out to try and get into character, but something might have come up that day. And so, it just threw them off, and they're like, okay, I just need a second, You're not giving them any feedback. You're just like, go over there and sit in the chair, do your little acting thing, and action. Cut. All right, moving on. Like, dude, this is worse than I thought. Live and in color, I told you guys, my theory that I just came up with in this stream, I don't think filmmaking is his passion. He's a businessman. His studio is what makes his money hand over fist. He just makes film for fun, which is why he doesn't take it seriously. Well, when I was doing some research and like looking him up, I read that he had a intense fear of flying. And so he ended up going for flying lessons and getting his pilot's license to kind of work against his fear. Why don't you take a writing class? All these actors have been to the best acting coaches in Hollywood. It's probably a one-on-one thing. He has the means. He's so rich. He could literally pay this guy, John Truby, The Anatomy of Story. He could literally pay this author of this famous writing book to come and teach him how to tell stories better. I worked on a 48-hour film last year. It went to complete shit. Huge creative differences and experience differences and professional differences with the two writer directors. As a result, the film came out bad. Like, it looked great because we had such an amazing camera crew, but the story, the dialogue, I mean, I put it on my website just to show like I produced something, but it took me literally months to do that. I didn't want to show it to anybody. I was embarrassed because it was bad. It looked good. I'm gonna use some of the footage for my reel to show, look, I produced a film that looks like this, but the story was weak as fuck. The dialogue was weak, and so I'm embarrassed. And so he doesn't, I just don't understand. Like, he doesn't feel that shame or embarrassment when you continually make movies that get panned, and not even panned by critics, but people like me making fucking think pieces about how shit this shit is, going viral for making horrible movies again and again and again. Since my last video, I wanted to do a follow-up about his schedule, and that was one thing that I kept thinking of. I'm like, what is his goal here? What is his aim? What is he doing? And I have no idea. I have no idea at all. But what do you guys think about some of the stuff I showed you? Like, I hope that I was able to break down so you understand how filmmaking is. Like, there's so much that goes into a film day. You arrive to set, people have to eat, actors got to go into hair and makeup, camera crew has to set up, lighting crew has to set up, they have to do tests, they have to then bring the actor onto set, then the actor has to do their part. You have to do a couple takes, each line, not each line, but each angle. Then you have to switch and do another angle on the other actor, and then you might have to do a master to show everything. And then all this time that you have to switch and move the camera around, you might have to adjust the lights, you might have to adjust the background, you might have to adjust this, you might have to adjust that, you might also have to take a break by this time. The fact that all that has to go on set, even sets that I've been on that move pretty quickly, to shoot 19 episodes in 4 days of a television show, I am at a complete loss. On Facebook, in one of my film groups, I saw a whole bunch of comments, you know, when they were talking about his studio stopping the production. A lot of people, it upset a lot of people, especially because of, apparently, like I said, I put my foot in my mouth and he doesn't have the best reputation. One person said, dude never met a corner he didn't love to cut. Substandard work, substandard sweatshop pay. He's full of shit. How dare he talk about the need for protection after pressuring the actors of SAG-AFTRA to quit complaining and take what they get when their primary concerns was the lack of protection with AI. Fuck Tyler Perry. Something I don't understand in this article. He claims that because of AI, he won't have to travel to Colorado or the moon to shoot. But sound stages, matte paintings, and now LED walls have been around for years. How is AI disrupting virtual production? It's been a thing forever. Secondly, ChatGPT has been in use by the public for over a year now, almost 2. Where are all the great novels and screenplays that this tech was supposed to have produced? Based on the hype, I could have written at least 2 Gravity's Rainbow by now. It's strange to throw 4 years of planning away based on seeing a demo from Sora. There is obviously more to this business decision than AI. We are still years away from AI making real films. I don't agree with that. Sure, I can see AI being able to churn out formulaic crap like a Marvel film or a Tyler Perry movie, but we have to be decades away from AI being able to create something of substance, like a film by Haneke or Sublime documentary. AI in its current form isn't remotely creative. This person is one of the delusional people that I've been talking about. Keep doubting AI, and they don't understand how smart it's getting as fast as it's getting. And I do think that the filmmaking part of AI is still probably, unless they create a whole division dedicated to that, it still might be like 2 years away, but not decades. Are you crazy? No way. If he really wanted to tackle it, he would still expand and keep the jobs coming. Stopping the expansion seems more like he doesn't want to push to grow things, but the opposite. Someone said he's basically saying, oh, I'm totally going to use the stuff that cost people those jobs, but I'm also just so very concerned and worried for those people. 6 likes. Although I can say SAG-AFTRA is a piece of shit and they are going to be dinosaurs sooner than later, in the markets, they call us an exit pump. That's all this contract was. Get everyone to sign, go back on board so that they can take the last grab of money, because the exit is coming soon, just like Blockbuster Video, which I fucking agree with that. That's an aside. I believe that the industry has been dying for a couple years because of the corporatization. You guys can watch some of my previous live streams about this. The industry is dying. The money is drying up. They're getting cheaper and cheaper. I believe that the strike was the last straw for the studios. They're like, we're tired of humans. The best employee is no employee. We don't have to deal with you anymore. And so we're going to oust you. They gave them the contract, the new contract. This was the last hurrah. They're like, all right, fine, bitch. Get your last bit of pennies, because the next time around, it's over for you guys. And the reply to that was, don't disagree with you. And I still stand by what I said. I was so disappointed with our leadership. There absolutely needs to be legislation put in place regarding the usage of AI. It doesn't have to harm to the majority of the entertainment industry, and I'm sure beyond. However, to hear someone like him pretend to care when he is clearly a part of the problem is a slap in the face. He isn't signaling any alarm. He's gloating. Basically, of course, Tyler Perry's happy that he doesn't have to deal with actors or anything like that. He don't have to deal with actors. He don't have to deal with bad wigs. Nothing. He can just digitally put on somebody's wig. This guy's motivation is money. He is about making money, which, like I said, is not bad, but it is bad when you are causing harm. I care so much about lost jobs. Proceeds to cancel 800 million studio build. Exactly. Eye roll. Tyler Perry. I'm worried because people are going to lose their jobs. Also Tyler Perry. I just used AI in my new movie to age myself instead of hiring HMU or VFX artists. So basically HMU is hair and makeup. VFX is, like video, CGI, all that stuff. I thought the same thing. How is he saying we need to unite against it and then turns around and uses it to replace people all in the same article? Is it foresight or looking for a scapegoat for a faltering studio? Coming from the dude who would love to cut out everyone but himself if he could. And this is the big one that really inspired me to make this video. Dude runs a sweatshop. He would cut out everyone if he could. Say more. What's going on there? Talk to anyone who works on his shit. It's like 30 pages a day. Someone then replied to that, 30 pages before lunch. Excuse me. Not 30 pages a day. 30 pages before lunch. My friend just finished 92 pages in January. That NDA ain't sounding like nothing now, is it? I'm telling you, people talk. Someone said criminal. They replied, I'm not even exaggerating. Okay, so this is how he's accomplishing it. It's actually incredible. They build mirrored sets and shoot all day with one crew. Then another crew steps in and shoots another show with all the same gear. Churn. This dude is churning them out. Movie. I mean, that says it all right there, man. Like, this man's process is insane. And finally, in wonderful news, Tyler Perry has a new movie coming out. Yay! Hollywood superstar Tyler Perry will shoot a movie in and around Las Cruces. The New Mexico Film Office director Amber Dodson announced Thursday that the feature film, Tyler Perry's Joe's College Road Trip, will soon shoot in Las Cruces and employ 90 New Mexicans as crew members and extras. In a statement, Dodson called the project an exciting chapter for New Mexico's flourishing film industry. that will generate jobs and boost the local economy, as well as showcase the charm and cinematic potential of the state. Yeah, in New Mexico, they shoot a lot of, there's a lot of desert. They also have a lot of open space to build sets and whatnot like that. Donna Anna County Senator Jeff Steinborn also released a statement calling Tyler Perry one of America's most prolific directors and sharing his excitement of Las Cruces being the backdrop of what he calls a prestigious film production. Notice the quotes. Of course he's going to say that. They're about to make buku bucks for them filming in New Mexico. So what is the film about? The film follows BJ as he gears up for a cross-country college visit with his best friends after graduating high school. His father, Brian, is initially excited about the opportunity until he realizes his son has a sheltered and disconnected view of what it means to be black in America. He takes his concerns to none other than Madea, who quickly confirms that BJ has a lot to learn about the real world. Madea offers a solution. Instead of BJ traveling across the country with his all-white friends doing all-white activities, he should do the drive with his grandfather Joe. They then embark on a trip that changes the trajectory of both of their lives. The grandfather and grandson duo set out on their journey, stopping at Joe's favorite places along the way. Joe and BJ struggle to connect and understand each other's mentalities until a pit stop goes I never knew how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. Until a pit stop goes awry, I think. And BJ realizes how much wisdom exists within Joe. It's a tale of self-discovery, cross-generational respect, and connecting to and honoring the past as the purest means of stepping into the future. Meet the cast and crew. The film is set to be directed by Perry and produced by Perry and Angie Bones, starring Perry, who I believe he's the grandfather, and it lists the rest of his cast. So he'll be back at it again on a Netflix app near you. I don't know what to say. I've said it all here. I've given my theories. I want to hear from you guys again, because on the last video I had a lot of good comments and good discussion, and I want to keep going. Let me know what you guys think about some of the things that I've said. Give me your own opinions. If you have any tea or stories, please drop it in the comments below so that everybody else can learn. We want to hear about it. Please leave a comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you think, and let me know again if you guys have any specific videos that you want me to, movies that you want me to review, TV shows you want me to review, or if you want to learn more about the film industry side, just let me know. And I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Bye.